let's jump in on this thing because we've wasted 30 minutes on tech issues. Where to start? Let's see. Let me move this window. I have 3 screens here. I'm trying to keep an eye on stuff. Okay, so thanks a ton for tuning into this thing at all. Even if it's just for a few minutes, or if you stick around for however long we're sitting here. I'm here for the long haul. I'm guessing we'll be here at least a total of hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. I've got coffee, water, snacks. The dog is next to me snoring. And we're going to build a game. Using only cursor. My goal here is, I don't know that this will be riveting, television here. But my hope is that sort of, you watching how I sort of process this stuff, might show you some things about cursor that's useful, might show you, some sort of methods or processes that are useful. The tech here, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, is not obviously anything magical in and of itself. But the way that I've been approaching building software is to view myself more as like a product manager than a developer. And I've been coding for the web for 25 years or something. I mean, I used lots of different programming languages. I'm not amazing at any of it. It's a tool for me. Coding is not a craft for me. It's a means to get to the ideas, to get them out of my head. So, you're not going to see amazing code here, but I do think you'll see some sort of interesting ways to build stuff that you may find useful. You may not, whatever. Please throw stuff in the chat as you have questions. I'll answer them as I notice them. And this is a conversation between you and whoever's here. What else? What else am I forgetting here? I don't know. Let's jump in. So what we're building today is what would be called like an incremental or idle clicker game. If you haven't checked out Universal Paperclips, that's sort of like the inspiration ultimately here, where you click a thing to make a thing, you keep clicking things to make more things, and then you can sort of like upgrade tools and stuff, and then it'll automate these things, and then you kind of like grow the number of things that you're making. That's the idea behind like incremental or infinite or idle clicker games. The theme here is sort of post-apocalyptic. I've been the book that I'm currently reading. Well, I mean, in general, I love sort of post-apocalyptic fiction. I'm currently reading one. So I thought, hey, it'd be kind of fun to make a game in that vein. So the name of the game is Society Fail. That's because I own the domain society.fail. So that's what we'll ultimately be deploying this to that. Tech here is it will be, to my knowledge, it's going to be 3 files. Like it'll be like an index file, a CSS file, and a JavaScript file. And it will not be anything amazing from some sort of like from a tech perspective. We're not using any frameworks, at least I'm not planning on it. But we're starting from scratch here. So what you've got here is I created a folder just to have this exist in, and then I created my cursor rules file. I've shared this multiple times. There's a gist somewhere in my Twitter stream. I've tweaked it a little bit today, actually, based on one of the founders of Cursor was on Sahil's. He's been doing those Cursor streams. And he mentioned some of his sort of Cursor rules, and I've tweaked a few or added a few items to that. So either way, that's my Cursor rules file, but that's all we're starting with here. And then we're going to use Composer, which if you're not familiar with Composer, you access it by Command I, or that brings up the tiny little window, or Command Shift I brings up this whole window. We'll keep it the smaller one. I forgot you could actually move it around. Either way, we'll use this smaller one to start with. So what we're going to first do is sort of lay out what we're building here to tell cursor. And there's a decent amount of writing here. It's almost like you're creating sort of a spec doc for what you want it to build. Now, you don't have to have everything up front here, but sort of the more you're able to tell it up front, the less you'll be like fighting against as you go. So I think that your sort of initial prompt is relatively important here. So like we'll jump into that. So let's see. I'm gonna start typing that. So I'm building a post-apocalyptic. Apocalyptic's kind of a hard word to spell. I don't even know if I'm spelling that right. Incremental clicker game called Society Fail. It's inspired by and in the same vein as games like Universal Paper Clips. The focus is on surviving the apocalypse. At the beginning of the game, you choose your difficulty level, which includes the number of people. So my thought here is like part of the difficulty level is you start your party. Imagine you've got like your family with you, or maybe you're by yourself. And so the more people that you have to take care of, the more difficult it is, as well as like starting resources. You start off with in your party as well as the resources you begin with. Easy would just be one person in your party, and difficult would be 5 people. So medium is 3. Okay. I want the game to be very visual with lots of elements to interact with on the screen. Let's see. Go for let's say like emoji plus terminal black and white design. We'll see how that goes. Let's think of like rules here, sort of, I guess. Like the game is over if everyone in your party dies. Okay. What else? Some features or elements of the game could include farming, resource gathering, water acquisition. What else? Let's see, show a constant countdown of each person's time left to survive, which is affected by hunger, injuries, sleep, health, etc. What else? Ooh, have like day night cycles. So start at day 1, hour 1, and increment that. Okay, let's start there. I've typed a massive amount, and let's just see what happens. So it's creating the files for us. We got our index style and then the game.js. Let's see. Yeah, made a bunch of stuff. Okay, so we're gonna save all that, accept it. Let me. Oops. Hold up. Hold up. Okay. Okay. So here's our here's like our starting point, right? So the game launches. Now you could pick easy, medium. Let's start with easy. Okay. So here's our little game thus far. What's happening? Looks like the time is ticking by. I don't see any people though. Okay. So well, hold on. Let's if we do 3. Okay, it has person 1, person. Oh, that's what it was. It was showing that for okay. That's interesting. Okay. Okay, we just gathered food. That's increasing the food. We're out of water though. So we need to collect water, chop wood. Okay, I want more. Okay. Something I was thinking when I was sort of preparing for this was, what if let's feed the AI sort of information about incremental games. So mechanics, I don't know, how to build them or whatever. So what we can do here, you know what? Let's see here. Let's do this. Nope, didn't do that. So we're going to search up incremental game features. What could be? So this could be a Reddit post. How to make an idle game. Lessons. So incremental clicker mechanics. Oh, Wikipedia could be a good one. Favorite mechanics. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're actually going to copy and paste these. So let's see. Here are some resources on building incremental clicker idle games. Use this information to help make this game amazing. So we're gonna go through and literally just copy and paste these URLs. Let's make sure there's stuff here. I don't care about that one. Okay. Wikipedia. What else? Favorite game mechanics. Okay, this is interesting. Let's see. Wonder if these mention anything. Yeah, that's the universal paper clips. Is this? You know what? I'm gonna try throwing these in here too. See if it like picks up from descriptions. Okay. Okay, that's a ton of stuff. It's gonna read all those, hopefully. Now let me close all these. Yeah. Okay. Reading. Okay. I have no idea what's happening here. Are we still applying stuff? Done. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what happens here. We just had a random event of a wild animal attack. Okay. Our random events are... There's too much happening. They happen... I think it's probably every hour. So it's editing... Well, you know what? Let's see. Let's expand the UI to have more modules for each major game function. Also, for the, what do they call them? The people. Oh, people. Okay. For the people. I don't know how to spell people. Give them random names and also show progress bars for their things like health. Didn't need that up anymore. Okay. If anybody thinks of interesting features to add to this thing, speak up. Or if you want to see how, like, hey, add this feature, or like what happens if you do that, or whatever, please suggest things. Okay. We'll see how that did. There we go. There's some progress. We've got 3 people named the same thing. Okay. What is there? Hold on. All people are named the same. There we go. Bob, Frank, and Jack. And we see things are slowly depleting. Okay. Let's see. Let's make the UI full browser width and responsive so we see more on the screen. Add in stamina that's subtracted every time you gather resources and block from doing them if low on stamina. There you go. You know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that, what you just suggested there, cute nukes. Hold on. Let me get my UI stuff updated here, and then I'm gonna copy and paste what you said about stamina and just throw it in there. Unchanged. Okay. Let's see what our UI did. There we go. We can see more on the screen. Fantastic. Okay. So we're going to copy and paste that. Certainly, Claude is always so excited to do the work. All right. Accept all that. Check out our... So we're chopping wood. As you can see, that's interesting that it's just Henry. Henry's the only one doing the work here. I wonder if there's a way. So we're gaining stamina back. And correct, I can't chop wood if my stamina's low. Maybe we at some point we like say which. No society. To your question, is this all in HTML? Yeah, this is literally HTML, CSS, and then vanilla JavaScript. There's no jQuery even, no frameworks. Just about as easy as it gets. Okay. You know what? Let's see. Here's what I'm thinking. If we are out of food and water, so if we are out of food and water, or things like hunger and thirst. Let's see. Actually, let me think here. Well, first off, we can't go negative. So hold up. Progress bars. What do they call it? State. Can you call them game states? No, that can't be right. Progress bars can't go negative. If health gets to 0, that person dies. So we'll stop there I think, let's see. Hold on. Let me let this generate. So we need to, okay, actually, let's see here. So add, what do they call them? Actions. Add actions for eating and drinking, which consume food and water. If we are, well, let's do that first. Because like just collecting water, right? Yeah. Oh, there we go. Feed and rest. Whoops. I didn't even realize we had these buttons here. We need to put them, I think. Yeah. So like, cool. That's not, no, it's not. Let's see, oh, well, actually, I tried to do drink, but I'm out of water, right? Okay, that's interesting. So, what else are we missing here? Let's move the individual people actions up to their specific person card. I don't know what we'd call that. Oh, I like that QNooks. Okay. Okay. I'm enjoying, yeah, these suggestions where like I can just copy and paste them into Composer. I think it's a good test of like, I mean, this is how you would develop this thing, right? And not, I have thus far not written a single line of code myself. You know, like I understand what this stuff does. But you know, we've got almost 300 lines of JavaScript, 70 lines of HTML, 160 plus lines of CSS, and I haven't written a single line of it, right? So that's pretty interesting. Okay. So okay, so like Eva's chopping wood. Can't do any more, Eva. Just resting. Yeah. Okay. So that's pretty neat. Chop, 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 chop. Do we... Food. Ooh, you know what we should add is some farming. Like, that's how it's a more a more efficient way, or I guess when you gather the food, you're getting more each time instead of, I assume, to me, like gathering food in this current capacity is like I'm walking into a gas station and looting it, right? So let's do that. Let's add a farming. Add a farming feature where I don't know where we're getting seeds from. Yeah. Actually, hold up. I have an idea. So when you do one of these things, I think it should. So if I click rest, it should essentially lock that person from doing anything else while they're resting for a certain number of hours, right? So like, I can't just sit here and just like rest for, oh, somebody just died. Let's see. Person actions should take time. Or game ticks. So when a person rests, they should be unable to do anything else for 8 hours. 8 game hours. Yeah, so it's is person busy function, which we don't even care about. Like that's what's the amazing thing about this is like, fine, I can read what these functions do, but it doesn't even matter. I mean, the reality is, we could just have this thing full screen. Like we almost only need the composer. I don't know that I'm there yet, but this is, we're really just doing all this via the composer. Okay. I don't need we don't. It's this little busy thing. Okay. Actually, not rest for 8 hours. Rest until, let's see. Rest for 8 hours. Rest until their energy and stamina are full. And I agree that all tasks should have a timer. So we'll get that. We'll get that added after this part. Yeah, I almost feel like keeping this open helps me sort of gut check some stuff, but maybe it's not. I don't know. Okay. So let's first. So Mia is going to be chopping wood. Okay. Exhausted. Rest. That busy label should be over the person, not the whole screen. Oh yeah, was this like just a CSS thing? Yeah. And eventually, my plan here is to make this, like, save this to local storage. Okay. So they're busy. Can't click on anything, right? Whatever. Let's see. Now, all actions, gathering, chopping, eating, drinking, should have a timer associated with them that makes that person busy. What else is part of that? I think that's good for now. Yeah, so timer versus like a cooldown. I think that's more of a UI, almost a text thing than anything else. I mean, a cooldown is probably is really the better term there, but I think functionally it's a timer. And Ben, about the how many requests you can make in a single composer chat. So they added this composer projects thing in the past couple days that I don't. In theory, what it says it does is it gives you context across multiple composer windows, but I don't know. At this point, for instance, I'm not having any trouble keeping it all in one single composer window, but we'll see. Okay. So Bob is chopping wood. Okay. Can you keep chopping wood? Chop, busy. Okay, and then you see busy for an hour. 3 hours. 2, 1. See how food is a couple hours. Collecting water, 1 hour. Drinking takes an hour. Eating takes an hour. Okay, that's interesting. All right. Oh, I was going farming. That's what I was going to do. Okay. Let's add a farming feature. Okay, so I was talking about this earlier. Where do we get seeds from? Is this like buy them somewhere? Is there some sort, or like, it's not a store. Do you just sort of, what if we have this like this sort of random events thing that happens, like an event stream, and you can eventually, as part of the game progresses, is like, oh, you found seeds. Wow, you've just unlocked farming or something. Maybe that's an upgrade, actually. After you've gathered enough food, you can farm. I think I like that, actually. We can, don't worry about the seed thing, but oh, everybody's done. Okay. So let's see. So one of the upgrades. So instead of upgrading food gathering, make it unlocking farming. When a user, when a player unlocks, I can't type. Player unlocks farming, a new farming UI is shown that lets users plant crops, water them, and harvest them. Oh, I do like the skill thing. Like, I still think the shop part feels odd in a post-apocalyptic world. Almost want it to be more random, like almost like go out. I remember in oh gosh, what's the game? There's like the mobile Fallout game. I forget what it's called, but where you're like in a geez, what is the thing called? There's a game where you're like underground in a vault or whatever. Either way, you can like send people out for a certain amount of time, and while they're out, they like come across things and I almost like want to send people on this sort of mission, and they can discover stuff while they're out and about. Either way, let's see here. Okay, so we're gonna need 100 food. Ooh. Fallout shelter. Yes, that's it. Yeah, that game's great. That's actually a good point about like some mechanics in that are pretty interesting for this. Okay, bug. When clicking gather food under resources. Thank you for apologizing for the oversight, Claude. Okay. Guess it found some bugs somewhere. Who knows? But it's applying some stuff. Okay. Accept all. Cool. Oops. They're all busy gathering food. Gather food. Trying to get up to that 100 just to try out. I don't know. This feels good as far as like I can't just. Oh wait, there we go. Takes me a little bit of time to gather food. I feel like there needs to be a bigger stamina hit or energy hit or something. Okay, unlock farming. Okay. Oh no, so farming should be visual. Farming should be visual. Like an actual grid to plant, water, harvest using emojis. Visualization. Okay. I'm not 100%. I'm not a big fan of this like column grid thing. I think resources need to go across the top. We'll fix that here. Resources should be in the game header instead of their own column, so they're always easily visible. Is it still applying stuff? Yeah, oh, we have not even finished. Okay, so our resources are now at the top, which makes it a little bit better. What else? I do, let's see here. It's like, I wonder why his health just went down. Is that a random thing? Let's see. Add small amounts of randomness to each person. For instance, some might get hungrier faster or have lower total stamina. Almost like personalities or character traits. Yeah, the like shelter space with a robotic shopkeeper. That's kind of interesting. I like the idea of exploring and finding things. Which maybe could end up in a shop like where if Joe finds a book that teaches something, he can learn it, but he has to go, and then if Sally also wants to learn it, they have to go to the shop and like read it or something. Okay, what are we waiting on here? Oh, okay. So they added a trait ranges thing. So we got a little bit of randomness. Let's see. Oh, hold on. A player can never go above 100% on any progress bar. It could be interesting to use. Does this tell me what this is? Stamina recovery rate. That's kind of interesting to include the traits. It would be interesting to. He needs to drink. I don't have any water. Whew. Oh no, this person's about to die. I feel like the hours are moving by too fast. Okay. What did I just... Wait, what was the thing that I added? Oh, the 100%. Well... That didn't seem to work. Noticing some stamina bar can go above 100%. Maybe based on those trait ranges? Oh, cooldown animation. Okay, that's actually like I like that. Let me get this stamina thing fixed first. Okay. Well, I don't know what it's thinking about here. Stamina as an absolute number, but visually, I don't know. Maybe that is kind of like instead of percentages, you do have fixed numbers. Then because in this case, Charlie has a low stamina total, and you'd sort of want to know that compared to the other people. So maybe we do just have them be maybe we do just have them be absolute numbers. I might be overthinking that. I don't know. Okay. We'll just see if this does anything, and then maybe leave it be. I want to get back to farming here. Okay. It's still just doing this. We'll come back to that. Add a cooldown animation when a user is performing. When I do like the red for the progress bars, if they're getting low. It's like stamina replenishes too fast. This person's about to die. I don't know what animation that added. Oh, okay. When progress bars are getting low, progressively change from green to yellow to orange to red to help indicate urgency. Yeah, the like random attack. So I almost want like, yes, random things to happen so that, you know, and good and bad, right? Where, you know, you found a stash of a ton of food or something. Or yes, an animal attack and that injures someone and they need to rest. Okay. Well, I don't know why they're all red. What did it? Oh, create a gradient background on the progress bars. Let's see what. I feel like it's not. It's just red. Don't use a gradient. Just change the color as the percentage gets lower. So, Greg, to your question about Composer working faster with smaller files instead of one huge one. Yes, I think I have found that it has more to do with the changes that need to be made. But in general, yeah, if it's only doing something to one small file. Now, imagine, I don't know that the solution is necessarily splitting it up into lots of files, because then it's still having to read all the files to know where to put the thing. So I don't know. I haven't found like a exact rhyme or reason. Okay, I'm hoping as this goes down, this should change color. So below 75. Okay. They aren't changing colors. They're just staying green. I agree with the log. Yeah, I'll add that. Wait, we haven't applied the custom in JavaScript. Let's fix this by updating both. Okay. Okay. Well, let's just wait. I think it's 75 is the... There we go. Turn it to yellow. And then should go orange at some point. Was it below 50? Yeah. Okay, great. Add a log module, I guess. That's all game activity. So I need a drink. Okay, I shouldn't be able to even click on drink if I'm out of water, right? Boom, 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 boom. What are we doing now? Oh, it's applying the changes now. Almost forgot about our farming module here. Okay. Okay, here's our activity. Where'd our people go? A bug was introduced as there are now no people when starting the game. You know what I kind of wonder here? So like way up in this composer, and maybe this is what the project stuff for it is for, but we included those links to sort of incremental clicker game mechanics or ideas from other websites. I wonder if there's a way for it to not have to keep context of all of this composer, but still have those specific sort of mechanic stuff included when it's coming up with other ideas or implementing things. Almost like adding docs to the file or something. I wonder, or, I've seen people add like a docs or notes folder with like markdown files in it, which you could have that be included in Cursor's index. But then you could ignore it for, like Git repo stuff. I don't know. I haven't really thought that one through. Okay. Still no people in our party. I think this must be a visual thing because like it says Bob gathered food, but I don't know how necessary, if that's really necessary here, but so you mentioned about making small files and select and then separate the code very well, so then you can start a new chat and specifically link the files that you're working on. So I think in a larger project, so I do this in like a Rails app where there's this obvious sort of separation of functionality where I can mention a controller, for instance, or a certain model. I do think that works very well. So yeah, works much better when chatting with or like building on top of that kind of stuff. But when there's 3 files here, I'm not sure how much benefit we'd have from that. Why isn't this showing? Okay. Maybe it's still not see the people listed, but I can click on actions and it's clear that a person selected. Wonder, hold on. Where's this update UI function here? Oh, there it is. Okay. Party. Okay, so it's going to help us try to debug some of this stuff. But it's probably adding some console log stuff. And then we can figure it out from there. Okay. So it rendering the UI. Okay. Which I do think, like, I'm wondering if our person div is not, I mean, it's supposed to be, let's see, party element. Yeah. Okay. I kind of wonder at this point if it's like, or is the issue that we're having because composers got too much going on, from a context perspective. Let's see. Wait, do I have a party module? Party. Yes, I do have a party module. It's something's just like it's doing party initialize and then stopping. This. If it can't figure out this next time around, I'm going to start a new composer window and see if that does the trick for us. All right. We're going to start a new. We'll add all our files here. Okay. Update UI function doesn't seem to be running. Here are my console logs. Yeah, I don't know, man. Something's up, and I can't figure out what. And it started with this activity log, right? Man. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to try to back out. So what I'm doing here is removing the logs, because that's when, what was this? We'll accept that. So we'll reject that. Now, all right. So we're back to this, to the functioning part, I guess. This is interesting. This might be because I just undid a bunch of stuff. Okay. Then we'll re-add the log stuff and see if that. Okay. Okay. Hold up. I don't want that. I do want that. Okay, let's say this. When clicking on an action for a user, I'm getting this console error. And also, just for progress sake here, what I'm probably about to do is jump into deploying this on Cloudflare so we can have some sort of like closure to this. I mean, I'm certainly going to keep working on this and probably keep streaming it, but just so that we can say we wrapped it up. Why can't I copy all this? Oh, hold up. Hold up. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Oops. I can't remember if I left out the context or something. Okay. Woo! Felt like I had to backtrack a bunch there. Do we have water? Yes. Cool. Logs. That's what we were doing. Okay. And I'm also going to, just because I'm a little OCD about it, resync the index. Cool. Okay. Add an activity log of user actions and events. I should probably, yeah, actually, hold on. Projectile. We're going to commit. Whoops. Oh, no, wait, what's not saved here? Yeah. Okay. This way, when we add this activity log, if it all hits the fan, it'll be easier to backtrack on that. Okay. I'm guessing it's adding some sort of like log function. I'm going to add the log thing. Then I'm going to add saving. And then we're going to deploy it just to have that part done. All right, that's kind of cool. Frank gathered food. Gathered more food. Grace tried to drink, but there wasn't enough water. Okay, so that's actually kind of helpful. Failed to unlock farming due to insufficient food. Yeah, okay, so those are actually very helpful little activity logs. Neat. Okay, let's add. I need to add a game saving function. I guess. Would it just be local storage? Like, I want you to be able to come back to it and it's still there. Is that a local storage thing? Like, does that persist after you close the browser? I can't remember now. Okay. Such that when the user leaves and comes back to the site, their progress is still there. Scoop. Scoop. Function. Game should only be running if the browser window is open. Save. Okay, let's see what that does. I'm curious what this saved game state, like, let's say it's a load game, save game. Oh, okay, that's interesting. So the game state, all this stuff. I'm curious what it saves. Okay, let's see here. Where is this? No. Okay. Whoop. I don't even know. Wait, did it add a did I save this? Well, where's our... Okay, well, there's our save. That's pretty interesting. So let's see what happens if we So I'm refreshing the page and it's staying. That's cool. Our activity log isn't staying though. To save the last, we'll say 25 activity log messages as well, so that it's not empty. Oh, there's the reset game. That's a random spot to put it. Okay. After this, we're going to get commit it or save it there and then work on deploying to Cloudflare. And then you guys can all play it, and then we'll keep working on it. Uh-oh. Wonder what's happening here. Oh, FYI, this will all be on GitHub, like a public repo. So if anybody wants to contribute. Did I say? Let's see what's happening here. Is that all? Okay, so resetting the game should delete the local storage entry and refresh the page. Reed, do I plan on doing a Rails project stream with Cursor? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that is the plan. I'll probably do it. I may do it something like building something from scratch, like an entire app from scratch. But like that first stream I did with Sahil on his Cursor stream was like adding a tool, like a mini tool to an existing Rails app. So it might be something similar to that. Okay, reset. Still doesn't do anything. What's happening? Wait a minute. Oh, it's not even. So pressing reset game button isn't doing anything. Ooh, okay, hold up. Reset game. Where is? What is this? Why is I'm so confused. The prestige thing I might just need to kill off. Still not working. Like, I don't know if it's adding it. Yeah. It's not actually applying it. So that's a problem. So that's kind of interesting. That we've got a case here where like so it did that. Now it should be adding this. Okay, it did add that. And then add this. It's not adding this though. I wonder why. We'll just manually do it and see what happens. Reset button listener. Reset button. Reset function called reset canceled. Oh, you know what? There it is. Okay. I had, it was showing me a bunch of alert windows, and then in like Chrome browsers, you can tick the box to say like, stop showing me the alert window. Okay. There we go. That does the trick. Yeah. That was the problem. Okay. So now let's commit. Whoops. And then here. Okay. So just for anyone who cares, that'll be the repo. I need to update some stuff there. Okay, I'm going to, let me log into Cloudflare real quick, and then once I make sure I'm not sharing anything sensitive. We'll move this over here. Okay. We're going to create a page. So, no, there's no build. I don't think we need any of that. Let's see here. Upload, deploying, add a domain. Oh. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, where's my pages? Hold on. Okay. So in theory, once this initializes, yeah, you are my DNS provider here, Cloudflare. One second. Let's see here. Okay, so it's added the... Okay, sorry. So if you go to society fail, you're good to go there. Look at that. Neato gang. All right. Cool. So what this I think does, let me, hold on, I need to open Cloudflare again. One second. I believe it will auto deploy. Hold on. So here's Cloudflare's pages stuff. Now let's let's see here. Oops. We'll just do something like add a, I don't know if that'll even. Commit, test, and then push. So then I think, yeah. So that auto deploys now, right? So you see this, our test thing. And now we've got our own little pipeline set up. Fantastic. Okay, good. I feel good about that. Yeah, it should be showing up here too. So what do you feel? Okay, so real quick, well, I'll wait for some feedback here. What are we missing here? Like major things to make this useful? There may be nothing. That's fine. And I'll just kind of keep hacking away at this. I guess, is there anything else you'd want to see on this particular live stream? I mean, we're at an hour and a half here of me yapping. So, what should we, any major things we should cover before we maybe wrap up this particular live stream? Otherwise, I'll just kind of keep hacking away at this thing and deploying it. And I am going to remove prestige. I hate that. That thing doesn't do anything. We're not using it. Okay. I kind of want to update some UI stuff, like design bits. Feels a little too janky at the moment. Ooh, a night and day. I do like that idea. I feel like, is there, Is there some sort of what's the right mechanism here for accessing on a local machine? Like I've just got it's this index file. Like I'm literally loading the file directly in the browser like this. What would be, this is on a Mac at least, like creating some sort of local host server kind of thing. I don't know. I could probably ask the AI about it or something. Let's see. This is bothering me. This game start. Okay. Ken, I'm going to add your day and night thing here shortly. We could also have seasons. That would be kind of cool. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. All right, that worked. That worked well. Okay. Add a day. Indicator. Visual indicator. I'm curious what that'll do. Showing an AI image of the health of each player. So there are a number of sort of AI components that I think would be interesting to add to this. And not out of the question. It introduces a bunch of complexity around, I think, the deploying of this stuff, and like, you think of like environment variables and making sure keys don't get leaked, and then I kind of wonder, like, can I do just I could do just JavaScript with that stuff. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Yes, too complex for today. Or maybe at least for this hour. I don't know. Maybe in like another hour or two, I'll be, it'll have hit me of an interesting way to tackle that. Okay, we're still working on the day-night indicator. In my head, it's this, like, showing, what game is this that does this? Is it Stardew Valley? I don't know, it's probably all I've got, but it's like a little, what is this? Like a speedometer almost. So the background from dark to light becomes tricky with text. So in my head, there's just some sort of like thing in the header or something. Okay, this is not. There we go. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, where did it add it? All right, so there's like a little, I guess this would be like a sun or moon. Oh, I gotta fix these random events. I don't know what a windfall would be. Okay. Disable random events for now. Disable random events for now. They're kind of getting in the way. Add the day night indicator to be in line with the day hour game timer. Okay, so it adds a little circle. That's something. Okay, hold on, let's see. Change the font to Roboto Mono using Google Fonts. I think I like that a little bit more. Maybe. These people getting thirsty. Okay. This is silly to have the game control thing right there. Remove the game control module and just add and just move the reset game button beside the day, beside the game timer. There we go. That gives us a bit more. No, I don't want to reset the game. Okay. People are dying here, left and right. David has died. Goodbye, David. All right. And now Frank has died. Game over. Everyone has died. We should probably reset the game. Okay. Let's more things. I don't know. Okay. So we have no food, no water. Ooh, okay. So I picked medium, but I'm not starting with any. There are no supplies, right? So we need to fix that. Where's my? Okay. Wonder if we'll just not add the files. I think it'll still work. The difficulty modes should start with some resources. The easy and medium difficulty. Oh, okay. So I do need to mention the files. Accept all. Let's reset the game. Okay, it started with some. Let's see. On the start game difficulty picker, mention how many resources are included. Start of the game. Let's see. To build your own thing, do I have to pay for cursor, or can I do this for free? I mean, I think you can use cursor for free, and then I can't remember exactly how they do the pricing. I know if you want to use some of the faster models, you'd have to pay. I forget what they call them, fast requests or something like that. But it's possible to use it for free. I happen to pay for it. I think I spend $60 a month on it at the moment to sort of get all the features. Okay, thirsty. He's thirsty. Drink thirst and recovering 10 stamina. He's hungry now. Okay. What I want to do, so when instead of using alerts, instead of using JavaScript alerts for everything, try to do more UI inline messaging where it makes sense. That's a little vague, but I don't like it, doing this. I'd rather it say it right here or something. Well, so it's going for probably it's going to show it up here or something. Let's see how that works. Oops. Okay, so it shows it there. Okay, actually, instead of the whole messaging system, use the activity log for that sort of thing, but change the color of the messages to convey urgency. Nope, that didn't work. Oh, it's still applying the stuff. There we go. Okay, let's see how this works. Apologies for the chewing sounds. There we go. That's nice. So we know. I guess for okay, I don't know what that thing's all about. The message. Yeah. Okay. Ken, the cost of putting on Cloudflare. I think it would be 0. I mean, yeah, I'm not aware of it costing anything, actually. Oh, there wasn't enough food, so we need to. All right, I think next steps here are going to be to work on farming. I added that thing and now I haven't touched it. Figure out this whole water collection thing. Like, I wonder what sort of interactive thing. So like the farming, we'll have like a farming grid thing where you can go and plant stuff. What about the water though? Is it like rain barrels or something? And then you can collect them more often. I don't know that wood chopping. Oh, about to be thirsty. Okay, well, let me commit these things. I don't even remember. It's just activity log updates. Okay. I think I'm gonna call it on the stream. We're almost right about at 2 hours, and it's lunchtime here. I may do some future streams of like updating this. I'll certainly be working on it outside of the stream. But we've got ourselves a playable game. And we started this with nothing, not a single line of code. Also, I haven't written any code. So like that's sort of the interesting part of this, I think, is that we didn't have to write any code at all. Anybody, even, this would be an interesting stream, is like my teen kids could have done this, right? Without really having any programming knowledge. So I think sort of making this kind of thing accessible, right? Like if you want to build this game, you could do this. And it required, other than the Cloudflare stuff, like actually deploying it's sort of a hassle. Initially, there's Git is involved in connecting Cloudflare's auto deployment stuff. Like I just happen to know how to do that. So, but like, as far as being able to make a playable game, I didn't need to know any code. I could just use Cursor and nothing else. The composer part of Cursor. So, yeah. Either way, if you have any questions, hit me up on Twitter at Spigford. Play the game at society.fail. I'll keep working on it. Maybe stream some more about it. If you have any questions, hit me up on Twitter. And yeah, it means a ton for anybody to pay attention and tune in and come and hang out for a while. So thank you. Yeah. Oh, and one last thing, Ken, you're asking about submitting to Hacker News. Yeah, sure. Go for it. Good luck. May the odds be ever in your favor on Hacker News. Okay, that's all. And I'll see you guys around.